Ahoy, First Mates, and welcome to Three for the Sea, our breakout session outlining our third ladyship and her dreamy destinations. My name is Nirmal. I'm our Chief Commercial and Experience Officer here at Virgin Voyages, and I'm thrilled to be joined by my colleague Diana, our SVP of Revenue, Sales, and Itinerary Development. Hi, Diana. How are you today?
Hello, Nirmal. I'm doing great today, and I'm here. I'm really excited to share our new exciting news. But first, I want to welcome our first mates. We're so excited to have you here in our Boomvang 2.0.
So Diana, let's get into it. So, here at Virgin Voyages, we always talk about setting sail the Virgin way. And I think our itineraries are a wonderful example of that. Now, as our first mates have got to know us better, they know that we're all about creating an elevated and sophisticated adult-only environment, free of stuffy formalities. We've got wonderful experiences all through our ships that really bring to light sort of 3 and 4 of our brand pillars. We like to say adult only, relaxed luxury, boutique glamour. But we also like to talk about turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. Things like sunrise and sunset yoga, creating outdoor workout areas where kids' experiences would normally be, 20 plus eateries, bars in all our restaurants, shake for champagne. I could go on and on. So Dinah, maybe you could tell our first mates a bit more about how we've turned the ordinary to the extraordinary as we put our Virgin twist on cruises, but in particularly itinerary development.
Yeah, one of the things we really focus on itinerary development is our late night stays and our overnights, because we don't really believe that you can experience the true, authentic port from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. during the day. So we've really focused on how can we give the sailor the best experience, the most in-depth experience, by giving them the most time in port possible.
So it's wonderful. So maybe before we get to our latest news, could we start with Virgin Voyages in the Med? I know we've announced our second ship, Valiant Lady, will be sailing there. Could you refresh our first mates about our plans for Valiant Lady?
Absolutely. I'm super excited about this program. It was really sad that we couldn't do it in 2021, but we're excited to start in 22. So the Valiant Lady will be based in Barcelona. And the really exciting thing is that we've been able to secure the terminal that is closest down to downtown, just walking distance from Las Ramblas, which is really, really exciting. And we've got 3 different itineraries that you can sail on in the Valiant Lady, all going to Spain, Italy, and France. And they include late night stays in Marina de Carrara in Italy and Marseille in France. And we've got overnights in Monte Carlo and Malaga. And on every single itinerary, you can spend a Friday night overnight in Ibiza.
Wow, those sound like amazing itineraries. Can't wait to check out that overnight in Ibiza. I think that would be amazing. I think lots of people don't fully appreciate what an exciting and destination Ibiza is. It's more than just the nightlife, right? There's a lot of wonderful other things to do there.
Oh, yes.
Now, in terms of destinations, then let's talk a bit about Resilient Lady, our third ladyship, and she's headed to some pretty dreamy locations in the Mediterranean as well, right?
Yes, she is. But first, I want to talk a little bit about the name Resilient Lady, because I think that's really important, especially after the year that we've all been through. So our collective resilience has been the theme of the last year. We've been growing, prevailing, and looking toward a future that we've never been more grateful for, which is why it was important to us to use a name that we chose for our newest ladyship to reflect the strength of the past and the power of the future.
And so where will she be going?
Oh, yes. You wanted me to talk about destination. Sorry about that.
Yes, please. I'm sure our first mates are dying to hear.
Yes. So we're really excited to announce that she's going to be based in Piraeus, which is just outside of Athens. And she'll sail 2 different itineraries. One is called the Greek Island Glow, and the other is the Adriatic Sea and Greek Gems.
And so home ports are a very big part of your itinerary development, right, Diana, with ship 1 being out of Port Miami with our brand new terminal to come. Our second ship, Valiant Lady, out of Barcelona, you said just minutes away from Las Ramblas. Talk to me about the choice of the home port for Resilient Lady.
It's really exciting because we wanted to do something different. And we wanted to be close to some really exciting destinations. So we chose Piraeus due to its ideal location close to Athens, which has rich history and culture. And we know our sailors will enjoy a pre or a post stay in Athens. You can go to the Acropolis, the Pantheon, and of course, you can sample some of the great Greek food before or after you sail.
No, it's a wonderful, wonderful home port. I'm so excited about all of our home ports, actually. So tell me more about Resilient Lady's itineraries. So I think one of our itineraries is called Greek Island Glow, you said?
Yes, it is. And this is really kind of the highlights of the Greek islands. So this is a 7-night itinerary. As I said, it begins in Athens, and it features both a late night stay in Santorini, where you've got the most beautiful sunsets, as well as an overnight in Mykonos, which we know our sailors will love. There are also stops in Rhodes and Crete, and they're featuring longer than typical times in ports, as I mentioned before.
Fantastic. Wow. I love the sound of this itinerary. I don't know how I'm going to choose any of these itineraries, Diana. Have you chosen your favorite just yet?
I don't know. This might be my favorite, but the Adriatic and is also really exciting. So I'll have to figure
Well,
it out.
well, I'm going to touch on that one in a moment. But before I do, could you tell us a bit about a few of the shore things our sailors can experience on our Greek island globe?
Sure. So let's start in Santorini, which is one of my favorite places. Our sailors will, of course, want to explore Fiera's iconic whitewash buildings that are contrasted by that sapphire blue of the windows and doors, and obviously the water as well.
Yeah, it's
They can
beautiful.
also enjoy. They can also enjoy sipping some ouzo on a sunset catamaran with our late departure. Santorini also offers unique beaches, red beaches and rock beaches, and local wineries, and also archaeological sites. Rhodes boasts that their beaches are drenched with 300 days of sun, and for sailors not wanting to hit the sand, they can venture to the Acropolis of Lindos. And while in Hania, Crete, sailors can head to Elefonsi Island with its peak sand beaches. And of course, our Friday night stay in Mykonos, sailors can indulge in a variety of experiences from the world-famous beach clubs to oyster tasting with a local fisherman.
Wow. That itinerary sounds like the one for me, but there is another itinerary though, right? So maybe this one might be also up my aisle. So tell me more about our second itinerary, Adriatic Sea and Greek Gems.
This is also a really exciting itinerary because Croatia and Montenegro are really hot spots these days with a lot of exciting things happening. So this itinerary features a late night stay in Dubrovnik, along with stops in Kotor, Montenegro, Corfu, Greece, and Argostoli in Kefalonia, Greece.
Wow. Wow. That sounds amazing. And you said, did I hear a late stay in Dubrovnik in Croatia?
Yeah, some may call it an overnight, depending on how late you like to party. But in Dubrovnik, the Resilient will stay in port until 2 a.m. So it gives sailors ample time to explore, enjoy the local dining and the nightlife.
Wow, incredible. And so what about some of the shore things on this itinerary?
Sure, we're really excited about these. So for those Game of Thrones fans out there, we have a Game of Thrones fan experience in Dubrovnik. You could also visit the Melusini Blue Cave in Argostoli and even go some home cooking in Corfu.
Wow. Okay, I might have changed my mind.
I know it's
with that second one.
You know what's beautiful about these itineraries is you could stay on for 14 days. You could do 1 week in one side and 1 week on the other, so you don't even have to choose.
That's so right. But you could spend 4 weeks in the mid. You could do Valiant and
Resilient
all at once.
You could take the Valiant Lady too.
Well, I mean, those all sound incredible. Now, Diane, as you know, Set Sail the Virgin Way is also about seafarer prices, right? We talk a lot about offering real value to our sailors, right? Our on us value proposition, where all of your holiday essentials are taken care of, like soft drinks and tips and all these other things, which I'm sure our first mates know about. We talk a lot about reasonably priced drinks and bar tab. But I think one thing that's probably not as well understood is how we've thought about seafarer pricing for our shore things. Could you touch on that for a moment, please?
Sure. So despite the fact that we're focused on smaller tours, which would normally make things more expensive, we really have focused on having reasonably priced tours. We really want for as many people as possible to have access to these tours and really enjoy it, because we know that people that have a good experience on our shore things will have a great experience overall on their vacation. So we've added a little bit more value with no big markups. In fact, 60% of our shore things in the Med are $150 or less.
Wow, that's incredible. And as part of our Brilliant to Do Business With campaign, we commission on all pre-voyage sales, including shore things, right?
Yes. And the interesting part about that too is that, we have an app where our sailors can book their shore things. So if a sailor books through one of our first mates and the sailor books the shore thing on their own on the app, the first mate still gets the commission for the travel agent as long as it's booked in advance of the sailing.
Wow, incredible. So I love how different these itineraries are from Valiant. Actually, they offer a real different perspective, right? Like Valiant has her overnight in Ibiza, and we've got here overnights in Mykonos and late stays in Dubrovnik and all these other wonderful ports. It's amazing that we can have 2/3 of our ladyships in the Med, but still offer very different experiences. How did you think about that?
Yeah, and also the fact that we have multiple itineraries on each ship, that we didn't want to just do the same run over and over again. We really thought variety was important.
So things are a bit chilly in the Med in the winter months, right, Diana? I mean, you've done itinerary development for a long time now. It gets a bit cold in the Med in the winter, right?
It does.
So is Resilient going to hang out in Athens in the Med in the winter then? Or will she head somewhere else?
Well, I'm thinking thinking she might want to head for some winter sun and some new exciting destinations. So I think our first mate should stay tuned for more information over the next couple months about where she'll spend the winter.
So you're not prepared to spill the tea like Shane and John are in making
Oh
waves every
no,
Monday
I
then.
can't control those guys. They are just completely out of control.
Okay, well,
But I'm happy to say that she'll be heading for some warmer weather and all new destinations that we don't already have on our itineraries.
we'll have to. This is a teaching moment for John and Shane on how not to spill the tea about an oncoming announcement. Well done, Diana. I tried my best, but I couldn't get it out of you. Well, first mates, thank you so much for joining us. We'll have to see where Resilient spends her winters. We'll have to check that out in due course. But I think that sums it up, Diana. Anything else you'd like to add for our first mates? I think we've covered Resilient. She sounds wonderful. These itineraries sound amazing. And I personally can't wait to book, but perhaps I'm a bit biased.
Yeah, me too. I just want to say, I want to thank our first mates for all their support, for being here, and also just encourage them to look on all of our tools to learn all about all of our shore things, because there's so much information that we continue to put out there. I mean, I think we're really focused on a unique experience with our shore things, and we want people to really enjoy them all, and and we think it'll enhance their vacation overall.
Well, thank you, Diana, and thank you, first mates. Thank you so much for tuning into the Boomvang and learning more about what it takes to set sail the Virgin Way, and also how Virgin Voyages is brilliant to do business with. We look forward to seeing you on Scarlet soon when we get going. Thank you.